So here we are on day 9 of the Bradbury's Luck filly. I thought I'd just come back to you and show you riding in the saddle. Again, we just go through the process. We'll pick all 4 feet up, give them a tap. All part of the breaking process, making sure a horse can stand on 3 feet and is pliable to all the farriers. Do this every day and they become very good at it. No need for any hobbles or any restraints. And when it comes time to shoeing them, you just tie them up and shoe them if you're on your own. You'll note that I'm using a different saddle. This saddle fits this filly better. I'm going for the extra saddle cloth because we always protect the back. Want a lot of padding there. Now we've already put her in the driving range this morning. I just finished that. I didn't show that to you because it's pretty boring and it's the same process as what we did on the other one. So she's been warmed up slightly. She's compliant and ready for the next step. And the next step's riding her in the saddle. And it should be exactly the same process as riding a bareback. So she should accept me without a moment's hesitation. And I'm hoping that's true because I'm on video. And yeah, because of the process that we go through, she's been prepared and now she should accept. I always hark back to the point that I'm old, I'm fat and I'm arthritic. I've got arthritis in every joint. I've got 2 new knees in me, so I'm not very agile. Normally my son Hayden would be doing this, but he's off experiencing life at the moment. So this is down to me. There's absolutely no point in going from step 3 to step 5. There's no point. You need to get a horse from A to B, and all the steps in between are just little steps taken in the time that the horse needs to take them. So we've come from a horse that had no mouth, had been caught a few times and was handled, but was very flighty and jumpy and nervous, and she's that way in the brain, but you can notice she hasn't really got a care in the world there at the moment. And we've just taken that step, then we've taken that step, then we've taken that step, then that step, and now we're up to that step, which is mounting in the saddle. And it's just a pleasant experience for both rider and horse. Those extra saddle cloths and the weight distribution of the saddle from there to there for her back is all we need. Now I'm not using the milk crate because I've worked out that she responds better to me on the ground. Now I want that foot just to take a bit of the balance, although she'll do it herself. And this I've been doing for a day or so, preparation. And I'll let her take a step and I'll do it on the other side. And I can't do it very well on this side because my knee's worse. So today I'm just going to put some weight on it, jump up and down a bit, take it for a walk. Normally do that about 5 or 6 times before I get on her. Because of the state of my knees, I'm not going to do it that long today. It's always a great unknown when you get on them in the saddle for the first time because it is different to riding them bareback. Easy. And it's just, and she should stand. Well, there you go. That's the very first time this filly's been ridden in the saddle. Now, because she stood nice and calmly and she accepted everything, I'm just going to hop off her. I'll get off of the other side just to balance her up. Take her forward a step so she knows she's not under any obligation there at the moment. And I like to get on and off them about 8 times the first time. Easy. Wait. You don't want them walking, you want them standing still when you're getting on them. And patience is a great thing to teach a young horse. So standing still is very good for them. Easy. And we'll just get off her, but she's going to move again. I don't want her to move. So we'll just reward her now by hopping off it. Fairly. Good. She's looking at the camera and reacting some way for some reason. Anyway. You'll notice I take both feet out of the stirrup and slide off in an awkward fashion. That's just because of my disabilities now. Take her for a walk around, just to change her mindset. Bring her back. Squeeze her. And everything's hunky-dory. We should get on her now and we might go for a bit of a walk. But all that she's taken and taken lovely is just because of preparation. That's all it is. Anyone can do this. If you have patience, kindness, and the ability to think. It's hard to explain. I should have had this filly on camera when we first started on how jumpy and frightened she was. Now we're going to take her first few steps, although because I've ridden a bareback for several days, or 9 days, this is no issue to her. But now the new thing will be the kicking bit and a little bit of noise when I'm in the saddle. But we'll give her a rub with our legs to get her ready and we'll walk her on. Not a filly you need to kick too much anyway, but she needs to get used to your feet tapping her on the tummy. You don't want to ride out in the long yard and have to use your feet for a bit of a tap and scare her. So we'll just get her used to that as we're walking along. I'm just tapping her lightly with it. She's had this towel flapped around her from day one, so she's taken that, no worries. The pull on the reins will be slightly different because there'll be a higher pull than what she was used to. It'll be, she wants to stop herself there. Easy. Walk on. So she might feel that the pull up rather than the pull from down where the stirrups are halfway down my knee. You just bear that in mind. But I don't expect anything because she's been working lovely in the driving reins. And there's the first stop. It's a nice soft stop. Probably could have stopped just on my voice or my body position in the saddle. Rub my legs up the front just so nothing scares her when they ever do hit up there. Rub them up the back. Pop off her. Take her for a lead. Just to change her mindset. So she's rethinking about me getting on her when I get on her. She's looking at something down the paddock at the moment. And it's onwards and upwards, like that's the process. Now it's, from here on in, it's just a matter of trotting, turning, stopping, going out into the big yard, probably in 3 days, There's no need to hurry him. And then 3 days after that, she'll be standing in the barriers in the top paddock looking about. So she's well on her way now. And the process is slow to this stage, but the acceleration in learning growth from here on is very quick. We'll probably stop there pretty soon because it gets boring. But we'll walk on, we'll do a couple of turns, stop her, and then that'll nearly do it. She's already had the driving range this morning, as I told you. So this is just to calm her down, get her ready for this afternoon's workout. Will be just straight onto her back without any driving rein. I'll accelerate one little thing. I'll try and get her to take a backward step in two very shortly. When we're breaking in, you always need to teach your horse to back up as well. And that's a similar process. It's relaxed and you put pressure on the bit slowly and lightly to the point where she might take a little bit of a step back, and it only has to be a little one. And as soon as I get that reaction, I'll release the pressure on the bit and walk her on. So I'll just do that bit just to show you very shortly, but we'll just have a couple of turns. She's relaxed, she's walking along, there's no problem. Her eyes are calm, her ears are flicking backwards and forwards. She's thinking, which is a good thing. And she's not thinking bad thoughts, she's just wondering what's going on a bit. I'm loose in the saddle. If she jumped or darted now, which she may, the tendency is to jam yourself in the saddle to squeeze up, which makes her worse. You need to be soft and loose in the saddle at all times. There you go, a little bit further. And that's minimal pressure on that inside rein. Squeezing her a little bit with my inside leg. She's coming around nicely. So that's pretty good for the first ride. We'll just turn back the other way. Because basically all we need to teach them at this stage is turn, stop, and go. And once they do that, that's the basics, isn't it? Oh, that's a good turn, see? So, come on. Very light turn on the rein. And you need to get the idea of putting your hand out to turn. You don't pull from here to turn. See how I put my hand out? Just helps her, guides her. So the mouthing process is very important. You need a good mouth, you need a good back. You need to be able to pick their feet up and chew them. You need to be able to ride them in a calm manner. Pretty simple process, really. Now we're going to walk to the middle. And she stopped on her own there, which is okay. She's calm, she's ready to go. Just going to see if I can get a fraction of a step back. Nothing big. Sometimes it's harder on horses than other horses. I expect this filly to respond reasonably well because her mouth is light and she's quite intelligent. So if you just watch my hands, it's just, and look at that. There's a response backwards already. That's amazing. It's amazing. I just love the response that some horses give you. See that 1/2 step? That's enough. That's all we need at the moment. We'll walk her on. And if you do that 1/2 step twice during a workout, and then after a couple of days you might get 2 steps or 2 1/2 steps. You don't want too much. Then in a week's time you'll get 4 steps. And pretty soon you can, done properly, if you watch those performance horses, what are they called? They're called, aren't we? Reining horses. And pretty soon you can have them actually behaving like reining horses, and you can canter along and they stop dead and then they rein backwards. We don't actually want that with this filly because when jockeys ride them, they ride them in jockey pads, and we don't want them stopping too sudden and throwing the jockeys. So we will actually harden this filly's mouth up later on. And that's just a beautiful response for a reverse, you know. And this filly's had enough for the day. All good.